Hello and welcome to the Downsized Dish. My name is Lorraine Durham, and this is a series where we talk to people just like you and me who have lost weight with a GLP-1 medication like Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic, Wegovy, semaglutide, and tirzepatide. I've lost 50 pounds with the help of the GLP-1 tirzepatide. And in this series, the Downsized Dish, we learn from each other and see how other people have navigated their GLP-1 journey. And we learn more and more all the time that everyone's journey is be a little bit different. So I'd like to remind everyone before we get started that I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. If you would like to start a GLP-1 journey, please talk to your doctor or medical professional. And I hope you will like and subscribe to The Downsized. We produce content every day on GLP-1 topics, so we hope you'll come along with us. Today we have Cinnamon on the Downsized Dish. Welcome, Cinnamon. I interviewed Cinnamon before. Gosh, it might have been a year ago. Has it been that long, Cinnamon?
Been a while, yeah. I think February, March, maybe.
Yeah. And Cinnamon also went with us on the 2025 Downsized cruise. And so we got to know her a little bit through both of those things. But Cinnamon, tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Sure. I'm 52 years old. I have two daughters. My oldest just turned 21 in August, and my youngest one will be 19 in December. And I work in the health insurance industry. I do customer service, which has been quite helpful through this journey. So,
Awesome. And tell us about your weight loss journey. How much weight have you lost?
Yeah, so I started in the first week in February in 2024. My highest weight was 239 pounds. And I just weighed in last Friday and I was 119 pounds. That's 120 pounds.
And how tall are you, Cinnamon?
I'm only 5 foot tall. I'm a shorty.
5 foot tall. Cinnamon is very petite. She is very small and petite in person. Yeah, so 239 pounds to 100 and how many pounds?
119.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So here's a before and after. Tell us about these two pictures.
So the one I just found this picture not too long ago was at my daughter's homecoming dance, I think it was. So several years ago, but yeah, that was definitely at my biggest. I was probably a size 20, close to a size 22 at that weight. And this the other one on the other side was maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and that's his dress is like a size small.
Yeah, that looks great. Now, Cinnamon, you had some weight loss surgery that we're going to talk about today. Tell us an overview of what you had done and what you were hoping to accomplish.
Right. So I've been overweight since the age of 7. And I had a vertical banded gastroplasty in 2000, which is similar to a sleeve. But back then it was a big surgery. You're cut from like your sternum to your belly button. But it's kind of like the sleeve where they put a band on. At that point, I was like 220 pounds, and I got down to like 160 and maintained 160 for several years until I had children. And then the weight just slowly came back on. You don't get rid of food noise with that surgery. You still had the food noise, and you learned how to work around it. That, I can graze all day. I can eat carbs. That slides right through, and I can just keep on eating. So I got to that point, and I looked at having the root and wide, like the full gastric bypass done. Yeah. And the doctor, I went in to have it done, and he wasn't able to do it because of my other surgery, it would have been too dangerous, basically. So, and at that point, he's like, well, they have these injections, but it's really hard to get into it. You'd have to go through your PCP because we have a long wait time. So I inquired and started on Ozempic at first and didn't like it. Tried it twice and didn't like it. I was working in an office setting at that point and was having diarrhea with it and just a lot of other gastrointestinal. And then I didn't know anything about Mounjaro, but then saw about Zepbound came out. So I went back to my PCP and I'm like, hey, I saw about this. And he's like, yeah, well, you can try it. There's not a whole lot I can do for your side effects, but let's try it. And so I did, and really didn't have too many side effects. My worst side
Oh,
effect has really been constipation.
yeah.
And I pretty much went steady. I did 2.5 for a month. And then
Mhm.
the other doses, I did like five, each dose, like maybe 3 to 4 months, 2 to 4 months, I guess to be accurate. I did
Yeah.
each dose. Um, and I had 100 pounds off pretty quickly by December of that year. I pretty much never had like a great big stall. And I did get up to 15, and then was on 15 for maintenance. I was doing like 15 like every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
And then I've gone down to 10. Right now I'm at 10 that I'm taking weekly.
So right now you're on 10 every week, and that
Every
works
week.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you do? I know you said you work in insurance. Did your insurance cover your Zepbound?
Right. So at first, I have two insurances. I have one through me and one through my spouse. And luckily I kept both of them.
Yeah.
So the one through my employer covered it through 2024, but then decided in 2025 it's costing us too much money, and so we're not covering it. But my spouse's does, and he
Oh,
actually works for a hospital that's owned by an insurance company as well. We both kind of hooked
ah,
on the same situation, but his insurance does cover it, and they actually cover it through maintenance too. So I got
oh,
approved
awesome.
for maintenance through them in May. Now it was a lot
Okay.
of paperwork. They want to make sure, they're like, oh, did you see a dietitian? They want proof you're going to a gym. So I had to like print out my gym paperwork. Yeah. So
Nuh-uh.
yeah, it was a little bit
Wow.
more work for it, but they did approve it for another year. So yeah, I'll take it.
They wanted to make you work for it for sure,
Right.
huh?
Again, because I knew the insurance, I looked at the prior authorization form because I didn't want to have to do a denial, do an appeal. So I
Right.
pulled up their paperwork to see exactly what they needed and make sure I gave my doctor, here's everything. You just need to submit it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's key. Looking and seeing what your insurance requires and submitting that right off the bat, I'm sure was very helpful.
Yeah, I got
So,
approved like quickly. So I was
yeah,
happy. So
that's great. Now, for your surgery, was that any of that covered by insurance or it was all out of pocket?
the Pinectomy actually was covered by my insurance. So
Mm,
um that just some tips and tricks for people. So if you're starting this
yeah.
journey, this is the one procedure that the insurance will cover. And so I knew that. So I pulled up my policy to see, and I'm going to read from what it says, what my policy said. It said
Yeah.
it has to meet one of the following. There is a documentation of reoccurring rashes, infections, cellulitis, or non-healing ulcers that are unsatisfactory or unresponsive. Consecutive treatments may include, but not limited to, antibiotics, steroids, and other infectious medications. There's documentation explaining issues with the amputation or how the issues are affecting ADLs, which are activities of daily living.
Hmm.
And stable weight loss has been maintained for at least 3 months. And it says that your skin has to be hanging below your pubis line. And then there's another caveat. If you had bariatric surgery and has been performed, the individual must be no less than 18 months post-operative, and documentation of a stable weight loss no less than 3 months. So that is our medical policy. Now, this
Wow.
is public to anybody, whatever your insurance is. If you can't go online and find it, call your customer service. They have to provide this to you. That way, you know going in what you have to meet. So I
Right.
started, well, I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I work for a
Okay.
company that's out of West Virginia.
Mhm.
So for me to get my best insurance company, I had to go to a West Virginia hospital, which is WVU Medicine in Morgantown. That gave me my best coverage to go there.
Okay. How far away
So
is that from you?
it's like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour
Not
and a
too
half
bad.
ride. It's not horrendous.
Yeah.
So if you're going through your insurance company, it's not a short process. It's not going to the local plastic surgeon that's in the strip mall that, oh, you can go get it done in 2 months. I
Yeah.
started this process. I saw her in October of 2024. And at
Mhm.
that point, I was 150 pounds at that point. And so
Mhm.
you go in there and she's like, yeah, you're a candidate for it. Took all the measurements, and it's probably going to be a year before we get you scheduled. So it's a long
Why?
wait. It's just
Why?
Yeah, it's just she has a backlog, being gone through the hospital system. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Well, in the back of my mind, I'm knowing, I need to show I have skin rashes. So I've got time. Every time I got a skin rash, take a picture and submit it on my chart. I know I have to stow a steady weight for 3 months, and I'm still losing at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, I've got a PCP appointment, make sure I get a weight loss. I went and got a second opinion from a different plastic surgeon in February because I wanted to show what my weight was. In February, it was 134. I went to see my PCP in April, it was 129. I finally get a call in June from the doctor's office saying, oh, we're ready to schedule you. It's going to be in August. Fine,
Okay.
And then we're going to submit for the prior authorization. I get a call while we're in Nassau, Bahamas. Oh, last time you were here, you were 155. When you were at your PCP, you were 129. They want to see 3 months of steady weight loss. So we need you, or steady weight, I should say. We want to see 3 months of steady
Maintaining.
weight.
Yeah.
Right. So we need you to come in, drive an hour and a half just to take your weight. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Why have I submitted that I went to see that other doctor for the second plastic surgery in February. So I had that 134. I had the 129. And then when I went to see them, I think I was 125, and like a steady weight is within 10 pounds. So I had that.
Done.
Right. And the other reason this is kind of important is that my secondary insurance required 6 months of steady weight. So that's why that February is kind of important. That's why I wanted, like, every 3 months I was going to make sure I had a steady weight to show both insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So anything below the belly button is considered, generally will pay for if you meet the qualifications. Above the belly button is considered usually cosmetic. And so my prior authorization process went through, and they're like, yeah, the insurance says we'll pay for the bottom half, but the upper half above the belly button is considered cosmetic. And so they're like, you're going to have to pay XYZ amount of money. Well, in the meantime, they submitted it to my secondary insurance. Usually your secondary insurance does whatever your primary insurance does. Well, someone made an administrative error, and my secondary paid for the upper. They approved it. So I'm like, well, there's
okay.
Done. Because I was debating, because the cost to do the upper part of the stomach, with the price they quoted me for the anesthesia and the surgeon, it was going to be $3,000 to do the upper part. And I was like, do I want to do that? Because everything I had read said if you just got the lower part done, you're not going to be satisfied with the result. Because I had a lot extra skin above my stomach. So I was really going to pay for it out of pocket. Because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well just do it.
Yeah.
And so when my secondary said yes, and I got the letter in the mail, and I didn't have my reading glasses on, I said, and I called the doctor's office, and I'm like, did you get what I get? And she's, and that normally doesn't happen. Like someone honestly made an error, because they shouldn't have approved it, but you can't take it back. There's no taking it back.
We're doing it well.
The letter says it's approved.
Yeah.
So very happy with that. And probably the biggest question I've got, like from family members as well, is like, you're 52, why are you getting this done? I'm not wearing a bikini, I'm not doing that. And I try to explain it to people as, well, would you wear clothes that are too big? Like, am I going to walk around with my clothes that are size 20 and tie a belt around them? Like, I want to feel comfortable in my own skin. It's like wearing a costume, almost like the extra skin, having that. So I'm like, if I can get insurance to pay for it, why not? That's what I kind of figured with that.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. I give me all, if the insurance is going to pay for it, give me all the surgeries.
Right. Yeah. That's what I figured. So once I got all the approvals, and then I started like doing homework. Okay, what do I need to buy? How painful this is going to be, trying to watch a bunch of YouTube videos of, what I'm going to need. And so probably the biggest purchase I bought is I bought a lift recliner. Everything I read said you're going to have a hard time getting up. It's going to be easier for you. And I figured hopefully maybe someday I don't need a lift recliner, but old age, I might need one. And it happened to be during Prime Week when I got my final approval, and I got it like a brand new one for like $200, a lift recliner with heating. Yeah, during the sale, like people were selling them used for that on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's my big purchase for that. And that was kind of like my only major purchase I bought. And then I just watched videos. And so then it was just a waiting game. At the end of July, I had to do my pre-op visit with the doctor and talking to her. And I asked her, and I'm like, well, what's the pain level? And she's like, it's really not that painful, but we're just cutting skin.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting muscle. And I'm thinking in my head, like, how do you know, lady? Like, you haven't had this done. You're the one doing it. To me, I'm getting cut from like between my breasts down to my belly button and from hip to hip. It's got to be painful. It has to be painful.
Yeah. It sounds painful.
So she's, she takes all the measurements. She's squeezing fat again. And the one thing I want to talk about, a lot of people don't talk about it, but you do get a lift. It's called your Mons area. It's your pubic area. So they lift that up as well. You lose weight everywhere.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can do a lift here. And she's like, yep, we can. I'm like, okay, we're just going to get a lift everywhere. After that, they're like, okay, you'll get a phone call, the day before your surgery. My surgery was scheduled for August 18th, which was on a Monday. I get a phone call on Friday, and they're like, oh, your surgery's at noon. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's never going to be at noon. If it's at noon, it's never going to be on time. I was hoping for like a 6 a.m. So, but noon.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no,
I'm going to be there forever and a day. And it was. So surgery was scheduled at noon. Actually did not get taken in. It was 2:32 p.m. And I just remember that because I wheeled past the clock as I was getting wheeled into the OR room.
Yeah.
32. 4-hour surgery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 4-hour surgery. When I woke up and by the time I got taken back to my room, it was like close to 8 p.m. the time. And I had to stay in 1 day. She keeps your observation for 1 day because it's a major surgery and that has a high risk for blood clots. So she keeps you 1 day with those like ankle cuffs on that massage your ankles overnight. And I also had a catheter, which, hey, I'll take that. I'll have to get up to the bathroom. And I will say, and she was right, it's not painful. It's not painful. Not painful.
I mean, I guess they gave you pain medicine.
They did, but I woke up and wasn't in pain. I hadn't ate the whole night before. So on that Sunday, you had to go to a liquid diet. And so I woke up actually hungry and I wanted Big Newtons for some reason. That's what I wanted. Big Newtons. They were like, we can give you a sandwich. I'm like, it's 8 p.m. at night. I don't want a sandwich. Big Newtons and ginger ale.
Okay.
But it just was lightly sore and my skin was tight.
Yeah.
Kind of didn't sleep well that night. I kind of was waking up and off through the night. And they would come in and ask if I wanted like an oxy. And I'm like, no, it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Doctor came in at 6 a.m. and she's like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, it just kind of feels like period cramps. And occasionally get a little, hello, like a little bit of a pain, but I'm like, it's really not bad at all. And she's like, see, I told you. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you were right. And she's like, okay, we're going to take the catheter out. And when you can go urinate, then you can go home. I'm like, oh, okay.
All right.
So I've heard a lot of and it was good.
I've heard a lot of people compare the pain to childbirth. Did you have cesareans or did you have?
I had 2 C-sections, and actually I thought it was less than that for me.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Now tell me the name of the procedure that you had done.
Yeah, I had a vertical and horizontal pennilectomy, and I had an umbilical hernia repair as well.
Oh. Did you know you had that?
I did. I didn't know I had a hernia repair because I also knew that would help me get insurance approval.
Oh, okay. Okay. How did you know you needed that? Was there
I knew I had when I had a CT scan. And so I knew I had one. I had a hernia repair up in my upper belly like 2 years before that. And so I knew I had another one. But being as heavy as I was, they don't like to do those kind of surgeries when you're heavier. So
Gotcha.
I knew that was an extra perk to maybe get my insurance to pay for it as well.
And they did that all at once. Is that why it took 4 hours? Because they did
4 hours.
everything.
I think it's just the skin. She told my family it was 5 pounds of skin she removed.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot. That's really a lot. So, well, we have some pictures. Let's show her pictures.
That's the before.
Yeah, talk us through these.
Yeah, so those are the before pictures, and I'm like squeezing. That's like my upper stomach, and because I actually like I said, had more upper stomach loosage because that's where I'd been cut for that vertical banded gastroplasty, and that's where a lot of my rashes were. I call it the double bubble, the B. When my first upper stomach would lay on my lower stomach, that's where I would get like the rashes from those two rubbing on each other. So that was like the weekend before my surgery that I like took the pictures of. That's what my belly looked like before.
Yeah. Okay. And then I guess these are both before.
Yep, those are both before.
Okay. And then I think we have some after.
Right. That's 1 week after. Okay. And you can see I've got drains attached. So I had 3 drains.
You did have
3 drains. I had 1 on each hip on my lower stomach and then 1 in my upper stomach. And that's the biggest pain in the butt of the whole surgery is the drain. It wasn't the pain, the pain, it was the drains. Because you have to wear a binder. And so and then you would have to hook these drains. There's a loop and hook the drains onto your binder. And then you have to empty them. I think it was every 12 hours you emptied them. And you have to strip the drains, or what's called milking the drains, and then empty them, measure them, and put them on a sheet. And then also you can't shower. You can't shower until they take the drains out, which for me was 9 days later. You can't shower with that. So
no showering for 9 days.
For 9 days. So I had wipes that you could, wet and put on, and you didn't have to rinse. You just used a dry towel to go over yourself because I guess it creates infection that they don't want because the drains are open wounds.
Yeah. Okay. And you mentioned a binder. How long did you have to wear the binder?
You're supposed to wear it. Don't do as I do, but as I say, the paper says you're supposed to do it for 6 weeks. I wore it steady for like 3.5 weeks, and then I would wear it as I needed. Swelling went down for me at like 2.5 weeks. I noticed the swelling went down, but the swelling doesn't go away forever. The swelling comes and goes. So if I would do too much during the day, I'd notice I'd swell, and then I'd put it on. And by the next morning, it would go away. Even like yesterday, I noticed I was a little bit. You can feel the skin tightening. Like I got a little bit swollen. But
I guess we almost 2 months. What are you 6 weeks out now? Almost 8 weeks out?
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I
so
slept in that recliner because they want you to sleep in a beach chair position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I slept in that recliner for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, which is I'm a side sleeper, so that was not fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, were you able to sleep at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much so. That's one I would take. They gave me OxyContin. They only give you 10, and they're only 5 milligrams, so it's nothing strong. But that's typically when I would take it at night, so I could sleep.
Yeah, gotcha. So these pictures we're looking at are week 2. I mean, you kind of look like pretty good there, right?
That's when the swelling went down. That's why I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, big difference. And that was, I just took that a lot of our past weekends. That was like week 4, I think.
Week 4, really? Yeah. I think you posted these on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the dress is so cute. Where are you? So, is that what you have on now? Is that?
Yeah,
I guess you bought it. Yeah,
I have one now.
And that's from. Is it from Kohl's?
Yep, it's from Kohl's.
I love Kohl's. I'm a Kohl's cash millionaire, right? Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So do you have follow-up appointments at the hospital anytime
I
soon?
had one when I got the drains taken out,
Uh-huh.
and then I was supposed to go again, but it's an hour and a half drive. So I just took pictures and sent them to her. I'm like, oh, I think I'm good.
Right.
So I didn't
Okay.
have to be off from work.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of time off work. Again, don't do as I say. I had the surgery on Monday and I went back to work that Friday. I worked a half a day.
Yikes.
No, I
Okay.
work at home and I work customer service and I sit down. So like I don't have like a hard job, you know. So
Yeah.
I
I
worked
guess
a
if you
half
could have
day
had,
that Friday and then that Monday I was back full time.
wow. So really full time in a week. I guess if you'd had the surgery on Friday, maybe you would have had a little bit,
Right.
or you would have had more, less days off, maybe.
Right. Right.
Maybe.
But I
Yeah.
was actually, okay. The worst part of it was the skin tightening. I tell people it felt like when you get a bad sunburn and your skin feels really tight.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. And I had most of it in my inner thighs. Like she
Hmm.
really pulled me from
She
every
pulled it
direction,
up.
pulled it up. And then she started way up here between my breasts. So the first
Huh.
time I got to take a shower and I
Yeah.
got out of the shower and I'm looking in the mirror and I look down and I'm like, my boobs really look good. They're perky. The skin here together too.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
everything just kind of got tighter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. So she
amazing.
pulled very tight chunks. I'm like, wow, they really look good.
That's great.
Because
That's
my
great.
daughter's even noticed, she's like, yeah, mom, she pulled up on your upper thighs too. Cause I'm like, that's where I'm really noticing the tightness that she really pulled everything up from there.
Yeah. Now,
So
did they redo your belly button, or did
yep.
they did?
Yeah. I mean, it's
They
my belly button, but they got to make a new hole and, push it through, I guess is what
ah,
they do with it. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Did
Yeah.
you put anything in your belly button or just let it heal naturally?
No, I just let it heal. So after I had the drains taken out, the doctor told me just to put it's Bactracin. It's like a fancier Neosporin is basically what
Yeah.
it is. And she
Yeah.
said just put it over that. And then I had some big bandages I put on to cover the scar just because I was wearing the binder still at that point, and I didn't want the binder rubbing on those scars because
Yeah.
that just seemed like it would irritate it. So for another 2 weeks, I put those big bandages on
Hmm.
and with the binder. Now, her suggestion was that you could just use unscented maxi pads to put there, but that seemed like more of a pain in the butt to me. I just bought the
How do you
big gauzes off
how do you get
Amazon
them to? Yeah.
yeah, it just seemed awkward. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I did that. And the scar never bothered me. A lot of people were like, oh, what the big scar is that I already had a big scar from the
Yeah.
stomach surgery. And actually,
Yeah.
this scar looked better than that scar. So I'm like,
Okay.
I wasn't bothered by that. And a lot of people are a little hesitant. And the bottom
Yeah.
scar is pretty much covered with your panties, honestly.
Right.
When you're
Like
wearing that, you can't see it.
yeah. Yeah. Are you using any cream to help with the scar? Did they
Not
recommend
yet. The
any?
only thing I'm still doing is the fancier Neosporin,
Gotcha.
over it,
Till it really heals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because her directions are it takes 6 to 8 weeks to completely heal. I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to lift anything over 5 pounds.
Okay.
Um, pretty much limited. I mean, when I had told the doctor, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back to work. Her face about fell over. I'm like, I sit in a chair all day and I have an ottoman to put my feet. I'm not like
Yeah.
physically like
Well,
working, you know.
yeah.
No.
Not too
But
bad.
no,
Um, yeah, I've read about some people use like a silicone
well,
scar
tape,
tape.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Maybe,
can.
I guess you're not to
Eventually,
that.
I might. I don't know. I'm not that. I guess unsure about it. I don't really
Yeah.
care what it looks
Don't really
like.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought about doing that, but I'm happy that it's flat. I've never had a flat stomach, so
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's great. So, I mean, it sounds like you had a pretty good experience overall, right?
right. I healed up very quickly. I did buy an extra binder because when you're in the hospital, they only give you one.
Okay.
And obviously you're sweaty and it gets nasty. You get the blood and the pot, you got those drains in.
Yeah.
So while I was washing one, they say to hand wash it. I honestly washed it on delicate and then air dried it, hung it up to dry. I
Yeah.
bought another one on Amazon. And
Mhm.
the other thing I bought, which I did bring, it was a wound healing kit. It's called Juvin. It's made by
Okay.
Ensure. Because a lot of the doctors I saw online were saying you should take XYZ vitamins to help with the wound healing. And this
Okay.
is like a powdered drink that you add into water that had everything in it. And it's made by Ensure. It says Juvin Nutrition Support for Wounds. And I took this twice every day for the first 2 weeks. I don't know if it helped or it didn't help, but it didn't hurt.
Is it
So there's
like
some
a high protein or just more like lots of vitamins
it has
or?
vitamins. It has collagen, peptides,
Mm.
vitamins C, B, E, B12, calcium, and zinc. It's wound
Okay.
healing nutrition.
Okay. Well,
It
that
was
can't
cheaper
hurt,
than
right?
buying all the vitamins the plastic surgeons were telling you to buy. It had everything in it. And
Yeah.
I hate taking pills, so it just seemed easier.
Yeah.
So when I came home, also, I'm trying to think what else. She like I said, she did give me some painkillers and I was on antibiotics. I had to
Mhm.
take antibiotics for 14 days.
Yeah. Makes sense. Don't want to get any infections around
No.
the incisions or anything like that. Yeah. I mean, sounds great. I mean, it was a long process, I guess, to get
Right.
everything documented, and to get covered with your insurance. So, I mean, that seems like probably the hardest part.
It is. That's why I tell people, even if you're not at your goal weight, I wasn't at my goal weight when I saw her.
Yeah.
To start early, because if you're going through your insurance, it's going to take time, and because you're using, like I said, you're not using the private plastic surgeon. You're usually using who your insurance is using just through the hospital system. So it takes longer to get it all done. Now I
Yeah.
am lucky, like I don't have any other health conditions. So I don't know if that's why also it was easier for me, or just, you know, I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of family support. Everyone's got to work. The kids got to go back to college. My
Yeah.
eldest was home with me for the first 4 or 5 days. That does help because she is a nursing major. So she was able to
Oh.
help with the grade. That's
Can put
helpful.
all that knowledge to use. Yeah.
Yes. I said, oh, good. You get to practice.
Yes.
On me. She's like, yeah, I know how to do that. I'm like, good. Yay. Listen. But
That's
also, I would
awesome.
say another hardest part is, as a mother and as a woman, is to not do anything. I have to
Right.
rely, like, the floor really needs vacuum. Can someone run the vacuum?
Right. Like who
Or
who did
like you really want to do it.
did your family pitch in with the cooking and cleaning and all that?
Oh, yeah, pretty much so. Some things I just had to kind of not pretend like I don't see. It needs done. And be like, no, that really needs done. And just kind of let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you need to heal up. So I guess you're still really healing, right? So where are we? Week
I'm on week
4, week
5.
5, week
I'm on
5.
next week 6 weeks. So that's when I'm
Yeah.
officially allowed to kind of do anything. But
Yeah.
um, I would say by week 3, I was probably doing stuff the doctor didn't want me to do, but I was
Yeah.
okay doing it.
At what point could you drive?
I drove myself to get my drains out.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
So
an hour and a half drive. Yeah. So as
you
long
can
as you're
go.
not on Oxycontin, you can do it.
Mm.
You have
Okay.
to be off for 24 hours. So yeah, I drove myself and got the drains out an hour and a half each way.
Now, who took you to the hospital? Was that your husband or your daughter?
My husband and my daughter was with me. So it was a long day for them because we had to
Yeah.
be there. Surgery, like I said, was scheduled at noon, which I knew it wasn't going to take off on time. We had to be there at 10 a.m. And so the time I got to recovery, it was 8 p.m. So it was a long day for them. And then to have an
Yeah.
hour and a half ride home.
Yeah. I guess they went home while you spent the night there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I guess if someone was considering doing the surgery, what would you tell them?
Like step 1, like I said, go to your insurance company. If you can't find the information online, it is public. Call the customer service and have them send it to your email so you know exactly what you need to do to get it covered.
Yeah.
Don't be embarrassed. A lot of us being so overweight are embarrassed by the skin rashes. Take a picture of it, document it. You got to have the proof.
Yeah.
No, like I said, no, what your insurance company is asking for. I knew I wanted the stable weight for so many
Yeah.
months. So I knew, because I didn't know when the surgery was going to be every couple months, I made sure I went somewhere to have it documented what my weight was.
That was
So I
really
would have
smart
that.
thinking. Yeah. I don't know that I would have, I mean, that was really smart for you to think about that. I don't know that I would have thought, oh, I need to have a doctor's appointment just to document this weight.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, one of them was because I knew it was a 155 when I started, and when I was getting into the 130s, the 120s, and I'm like, well, 150, that's a big difference. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just, I'll pay, I'll go get a second opinion from my other health insurance, my other plastic surgeon. That's on my chart, documented weight. I knew I had
Yeah.
my PCP appointment in April, documented weight.
Yeah.
Like I said, and I had taken pictures of the skin problem as well. My thing, they weren't sure if it was going to cover it because my stomach didn't hang too low. When they went
Mm-hmm.
to take the pictures, the woman was funny. She's like, stick out your gut. Don't suck it in at all. We want to get it approved. Stick it out. I'm like, okay.
Give us all you got, right? Because usually we're like sucking it in all
Right.
the time, no matter what. So this is
Right.
the time you could really let it all hang out, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Do you plan to have any other surgeries, or is this it for you?
I would love to have my arms done. I'm going to show. Yeah, there is a
Okay.
lot of that on the arms that I would love to get done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Insurance does not cover that.
Does not cover that.
Right, does not cover that. I've looked into the prices of the US versus getting it done like in Mexico or the Dominican Republic. Big price difference.
Oh,
You can
okay.
get board certified physicians at those places too. Just kind of started looking into that.
Yeah.
To see, maybe, I don't know, but I would that if I got anything else done, it would be the arms. I'd love to get the arms done.
What's the price range look like on getting the arms done?
So if you get it done in the US, you're probably like 16 grand.
Wow.
And if you get it done overseas out of the country, you're probably more at like 3, 4.
Hmm.
And that's
Big
for
difference.
staying a week there as well. Like they have
Yeah.
they keep you a week, like a hotel, like for plastic surgery patients that they
Yeah.
keep. The big difference in price.
Yeah, that definitely something to look at. I know that so many people that have lost weight, have all kinds of skin, all kinds of we have the
Right.
arm. So that's good. That's good information for people to know. Do you lost weight, like you were 130s and now you're, what did you tell me, 117?
119.
119. Yeah. So you even lost from the point.
Yeah, so when I went in for my surgery, my weight was 124 when they weighed me in for surgery. And so, yeah,
Then
119.
you lost that 5 pounds of skin, and there you go.
I don't really want to lose any more. And I'm like, so I'm trying to figure that out to see, do I need to lower, the Zepbound even more? I eat bad stuff too. I actually read labels now. I'm like, who knew Oreos a serving was 2 cookies? I never knew.
I thought it was a whole row was a serving.
Right. So like I wanted Oreos, but like every day I just eat 2 Oreos, now versus eating a whole sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, did you go off you went off the Zepbound, obviously, before surgery. How far in advance did you go off?
The doctor wanted me off 14 days.
Okay.
My last dose was August 1st.
Uh-huh.
On it. And then I stayed off it an additional week for my first week of recovery because I always know I've had a lot of surgery that I'm never very hungry in general, usually that first week afterwards.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to do that. And then when I came back on it, I didn't come back on it full strength. I did my first dose because I had the injectors, but I do have compound as well. So my first dose, I came in at 5 milligrams because I'd been off it for 3 weeks and I didn't want to like completely kill my appetite. So I came on it at 5 milligrams. And then next week I came back after that at 10.
Okay. And did you have any issues with those doses?
No.
Like,
No,
okay.
no side effects. Thank God. Nothing
Okay.
bad happened. No weird nausea or anything.
Yeah.
Everything, went smoothly there. Yeah. This drug Zepbound has been, truly a miracle for me. I've never kept the weight off like this. And I'm probably one of the people who will honestly never get off it. I'll be on every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever I figure out it's going to be,
Yeah.
It's, I don't know if anyone's figured out maintenance. There's just not enough research on it.
Yeah, I think we're all just trying to figure it out as we go along, right? But yeah, same with me. I don't think I'll ever come off of it. So I'm with you there, right? Lifelong issue. It's not something that we haven't been cured. We're just being treated, right?
Right.
So
yeah, because definitely, I don't want that food noise to come back. Because occasionally, sometimes, some weeks I don't hear it, and some weeks it's a little stronger. That I'm like, I really could eat sleep Oreos. That
Did the food noise come back when you were off of it for the 2 weeks before and the week after? Like, did you feel hungrier?
Not the 2 weeks, not the 2 weeks before. Yeah, it really wasn't, too bad. I don't know if those 2 weeks, but the week of the surgery wasn't bad. 'Cause again, I said after I have surgery, usually my appetite's kind of dulled anyway because of that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go off it longer than 3 weeks. So I just was like, I think that's too long to be out of my system. Let's start rubbing it back up to where it was. And like I said, right now I'm on 10, but I might probably try to take it down even more than that, 'cause I don't want to lose anymore. I'm kind of happy where I'm at.
Yeah, I see. I get what you mean there. I had a question and then it went out of my head. Let's see. How about exercise? Did you do any exercising before? Any exercising now?
Yeah. So before the surgery, I was walking 3 miles, like 3 to 4 times a week. And I was doing the gym as well. Anytime Fitness, doing, the weight with the machines, doing the weightlifting. Because that was important to the doctor to have the strength training just for the ease of it. Also, I think, because you're not using your muscles, I didn't know what the expectation was of how much I was going to be able to get up and down with it. So I wanted to make sure like my legs were strong and my arms were strong, because I figured that's what I was going to be using to get
yourself up.
pushing myself up and down, with that. But like I said, it really wasn't too bad. For the first week, when you're walking, you're kind of walking like an old lady. You're hunched over.
Yeah.
Because the skin's really tight. But my
cold.
surgery was on Monday. By Friday, I was probably like 80-90% standing up straight. And by the next week, I was 100% straight. But I could just feel the skin, like I said, like a bad sunburn. And my skin was really, really tight.
Yeah. When can you go back to your exercise routine, or have you gone back?
The only thing I've started doing just last week, I did the first 3-mile walk. That's just done is walking. Nothing for weights until next week. That's 6 weeks.
Yeah. Just take it real easy until everything gets healed.
Right. They say it takes 8 weeks for the sutures. When I would do something that I shouldn't do, you could feel it. When like I said, at 3 weeks, I was feeling pretty good. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I can try to run the vacuum. Went forward and I'm like, nope, can't do that.
Nope.
You can feel like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah. Now, Cinnamon, do you do any calorie tracking, or do you keep track of any of your food in any kind of way?
So in the beginning of the journey, I was using an app to track it, but then I was realizing I was never eating what it said I should be eating, especially. And so then I didn't track. I just kind of listened to myself. When I was full, I was full.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to eat protein focused first, like, eat the meat first. Because in the beginning, I couldn't eat a lot. So I eat the chicken before the mashed potatoes. so I could get that down.
Yeah.
Now, not so much. I can eat, a decent amount, normal amount, I guess it would be considered. But still, I now get the shut off signal. Ooh, I'm full. Never got that before.
Yeah. Gotta love the medicines for that, right? I never had that full signal before. It's great. It's a great feeling to know. Do you weigh yourself daily, weekly? What's that look like for you?
Weekly. I
Weekly.
usually weigh, on Fridays is my day. I have a late shift on Friday, so that's usually in the morning. I'll go down and weigh just to
Okay.
see where I'm at. Now, other warning I forgot to give people is you do, like I said, you swell with the surgery. Like the first week I got on the scale, woo, up 10 pounds because of the swelling. So
The
don't be
fluid.
like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it was a big jump, but yeah, it does come off. So don't panic.
Yeah. Did that scare you, or did you know to expect it?
No, I didn't realize it. Again, I'd watched so many YouTubes and someone had mentioned, like someone had put on like a lot with swelling. And that's what I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So I was glad I did see that. So that's the other thing, definitely there's YouTube videos, watch as much as you can. Everyone's experience is different. A lot of the people I watched were like, they were in a lot of pain. I'm like, I didn't experience that. Mine really wasn't a lot of pain for me. I don't know. It's because I don't know. I mean, because I had C-sections and I had an expectation, and it wasn't. To me, it was less.
Yeah.
And I was prepared. Like I said, I knew I wasn't going to have a whole lot of support because people had work and school. I had bought the lift chair.
Yeah.
I had things prepared for myself that I'm like, I've got to be able to do for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you prepared very well and your surgery went great and you're healing up great. So that's awesome. Great results. I think did we show the picture of your doctor's information if people want?
Yeah, you can put her on there.
Yeah.
Carrie Woodbury. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So this is Cinnamon's doctor. I know when we interviewed Lynn, who also had plastic surgery, people were like, "Who's your doctor? I want to contact them." So here's her doctor's information if you guys want to reach out.
And I
for
did
that.
send her my chart message saying, because people don't always say thank you. And I sent her like the pictures. I'm like, wow, what a good job you did.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure she was glad to see those, right? I think doctors, I'm sure they would want to see their handiwork in real life.
The hospital I was at, WVU is a teaching hospital. So it was her and they, I think there was 4 students, as well, coming in there, so yeah.
Was that unnerving to have all these people like looking at all your heart?
No, because I had my first daughter at McGee Women's Hospital in Pittsburgh, which is a teaching hospital there. And when you have a baby, and if you've had like 20 people come in, I'm like, I don't care at this point. Everybody's got to learn.
Yeah. Well, that's true. That's true. That's good. All right. Well, anything else you want to tell us about your surgery or about your journey in general?
No, I would just say it's definitely worth it. It's definitely made a difference. Like in the clothes I could wear, that I can wear like a more slim fitting things, and like, ooh, I do have a shape. I do have a figure. Wasn't that nice? I don't have to worry about that roll when I sit down at the top of my stomach rolling over anymore. And you're able to see more of your hard work, that I lost all this weight and I don't have that flab there anymore to get a true, of what you look like. So, I would definitely say inquire about it. And if your insurance, will pay for it, why not?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Cinnamon, for joining us today. I appreciate your time. If anyone out there would like to come on the Downsized Dish and tell me your weight loss story, send me an email to lorraine@thedownsized.org. I'll send you a link to our calendar and we'll get you all set up. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. Thanks for watching. And that's it. The Downsized Cruise 2026. You coming on the Downsized Cruise for this year, Cinnamon, for 2026?
I'd like to find a roommate if someone wants to, be my roommate.
Okay. Maybe leave a message in the comments and we can connect you from there, or send me an email and we can connect you with Cinnamon from there. Yeah, the Downside, we had so much fun on the last Downsized cruise. So we're looking forward to the next one. It's June 4th through 8th on Freedom of the Seas, Royal Caribbean. And we're going to, out of Miami, we're going to Nassau and the private island Coco Cay. So if you want to know more about that, you can check out our website at thedownsized.org and click on the cruise tab and get all the details there and how to sign up for that. So, well, thanks, Cinnamon. Thanks for talking to us today. And thanks for everybody watching out there. And that's it. I'm Lorraine for The Downsized. We'll see you next time.